Customer relationship management systems. This is one of the series of ERP systems or ERP system components we have been discussing. So what is customer relationship management? It is about our so customers are people who are interested in our products and services. Having a good relationship is going to be a healthy thing for the business. So to manage all details, all aspects about their tastes, their information, their purchase history. So this area is handled through a system called as a CRM, Customer Relationship Management System. So let me. Okay. So a customer relationship management system helps a company manage all aspects of customer encounters, including marketing, sales, distribution, accounting, and customer service. The goal of CRM is to understand and anticipate the needs of current and potential customers to increase customer retention and loyalty while optimizing the way that products and services are sold. So as I mentioned, we are interested in storing all transactional information that we have with our customer in this kind of a system. So through using a CRM, we are not only trying to understand the needs of our current customers, that means the people who are already in deal with us. Not only them, through their information, we are also learning about other customers, like other potential customers who are the people who are going to be interested in this. So we get that side information as well through a CRM. So that is a goal achieved through a CRM. To do what, by getting those details, what do we try to do is increase customer retention. Retention means the the strength of how much they can stay with us. How, or in other ways, we can say, um, what is the possibility that they don't leave us. So retaining. So this retention comes from this word called retaining. So how do we keep our customers? So we need to increase that. So CRM is trying to increase that, and the loyalty also. So loyalty means now there are people who go for only one type of soda, or there are people who go for only one type of a brand when it comes to milk powder, right? Like that, people have these feelings, or what do you say, their tastes. So that thing is called loyalty. You be loyal. It's like you say, um, uh, I am a fan of this club or this team, like that. So CRM, by properly organizing information in a CRM, and these things are achieved, increasing the customer retention and loyalty, right? Let's move ahead. CRM is used primarily by people in the sales, marketing, distribution, accounting, and service organizations to capture and view data about customers and to improve communications. Businesses implementing CRM systems often report benefits such as improved customer satisfaction, increased customer retention, as we discussed earlier. Apart from that, reduced operating costs and the ability to meet customer demand. So people who are using CRM, they use CRM in many of these functional areas in the business. So it is not just in itself as a functional area, but CRM can be, or the CRM component can be used in each of the different functional areas, right? People, so what they do is, they will, each of these functional area department, or these departments, they can also get an idea about who they are working for or who they are targeting. They can get an idea. So CRM system will provide the necessary information about the customers as needed. Then in that way they can plan certain things and do it in a much more focused way. So these two, as we discussed earlier, satisfaction and retention is increased. So when we say satisfaction, again automatically that is the loyalty. Loyalty is increased. It is like more the customer is willing to be with the product and the service. We reduce the operating costs, like how much we spend. We don't have to like without knowing the customer, you can't do a vague product. You can't do a product which doesn't have a proper understanding about the tastes and needs of people. So when we have a CRM system, we already have some information about our audience, and based on that we can plan our future productions, future operations. So in turn that will reduce overall operating costs, and also we'll be able to meet the customer demand. So in a CRM system, in the central piece of information is the customer. So we gather details about the customer through various means, right? Either directly from the customers or through sales or through by doing a service to the customers, or we get it through these other departments, maybe through email exchanges, SMS or text messages, social media, through phone conversations, personal context, one-to-one context, like that. From different places or different means, we gather information about the customer. And generally, if you look at a CRM system, you will have a database that consists of different facets of a customer data. Right? From different angles, we'll be able to see the same customer. So CRM software automates and integrates the functions of sales, marketing, and service in an organization. The objective is to capture data about every contact a company has with the customer through every channel, and to store it in the CRM system so that the company can truly understand customer actions. So sometimes we may feel it's okay, we can get the customer detail from phone calls, but once you get it through the social media, in addition to this, you understand more about the customer. Maybe if you engage with them through email, sometimes you look at it, okay, this person is using email, so maybe we can do the next target marketing. Even if the phone call doesn't work, we have his email, and we can maybe target the advertisement through emails. So like that, we rely on different channels to gather customer data, and then we try to understand the customer, right? So that is what we do with the CRM. CRM is mainly focused for. So CRM software helps an organization build a database about its customers that describes relationships in sufficient detail so that management, salespeople, customer service providers, and even customers can access information to match customer needs with product plans and offerings, remind them of service requirements, and report on other products the customers have purchased. So you can see how the two areas are linked. So from the product producing company and how the customers through a CRM system, how we are matching or linking these two segments. So what we do here, so basically from the company who is producing the software or producing the service, what we do is like they are able to get the sufficient details of the relationships, the management, salesperson, customer service, right? So all these people are able to access the customer information through this software, and sometimes you can also provide like an extranet or some arrangement. The customers can also access their information so that they can kind of put up their needs, put up their tastes into the system, and match with the existing products and services that companies offer, right? Or the different plans. Now, sometimes these uh, companies will have this premium plan, basic plan. So you, as a customer, might be able to, uh, make your choices. Which plan is suitable for me? What type of items I could buy from this system? So that side is also covered. Apart from that, the other side, from the company side, they can also, when the customer provides these information, they can also understand, okay, this is the taste of the customer, this is how we should uh, plan the system. So they get that idea as well. So that is what is explained in this paragraph. Okay. Quickly running through some of the key features of CRM systems. We achieve contact management, that is the ability to track data on individual customers and sales leads, and then access that data from any part of the organization. So we are able to focus on a particular customer, get their data from get their data as well as the sales leads. That means through which channel these people came through. So now, normally, if you look at these marketing people, uh, for their promotions and all, or for their commissions, they try to collect as much as, or they try to gather as much as customer information, and get the customers they have met to buy the product or service. So in turn, that salesperson or that marketing person will keep track of who are the customers I have visited, right? And who are the customers I have made to commit or to buy at least one product. So this is called contact management. So, or we call that sales lead. So through which sales lead these people came in. That is one thing. There are other things as well, like for example, in some websites you might have seen, they will ask, how did you know about us? A question like that might be there. How did you know about this company? Then the customers will be given options. Okay, through social media, through word of mouth, or through a friend. Uh, I saw a newspaper article, right? Or like I saw an interview. So many options will be given. So these are also another form of sales leads. How the customer was, uh, you know, made into contact with the company. So that is called contact management. So CRM will facilitate that facility. Sales management, the ability to organize data about customers and sales leads, and then to prioritize the potential sales opportunities and identify the next steps. So this is about after you have the uh, data, contact management data. Now you can, after you have the contact data, you can now plan your sales. Then customer support, the ability to support customer service representatives so that they can quickly, thoroughly, and appropriately address customer requests and resolve customer issues while collecting and storing data about those interactions. Now, people who are involved in uh, customer support, the help desk. Now, for them, when a customer is calling, generally they will ask for a reference number. Even you might have faced that. Sometimes they will ask you if you are trying to get the help of a mobile service company. Most likely they will ask you your NIC number or maybe your mobile number. Why they ask this? So that they can see the history of complaints or history of issues about you. So instead of treating you as a new person, uh, if they enter this NIC number or the telephone number into their CRM system, they will get the information about you, and it will be very easy to deal with you. Maybe they might have a comment also. This was a during the last call, this person scolded, or they will have all those kind of comments, internal comments into the system. Uh, so based on that information, they will know how to interact with you or how to address your problems. Right? So a CRM system will facilitate that. So customer support is improved. Another one, marketing automation, the ability to capture and analyze all customer interactions, generate appropriate responses, and gather data to create and build effective and efficient marketing campaigns. Okay, so once you have customer interactions, information, whatever the responses they provided or their information, now you can do an automated marketing, right? So, for example, based on the sales of customers, as I might have explained this several times in my previous sessions. Now, once you have purchase history about a customer, marketing is going to be very easy, like targeted marketing or seasonal marketing, because we know how these type of customers of a particular age group uh, are interested in, or in during which season they are more likely to buy which product. So those kind of questions are automatically answered because the data is already there. And then during the relevant seasons, through some logic into the CRM system, you can do the marketing automatically just by setting a few parameters. Maybe you just need to upload a new banner or a poster. And the system will take care of when to post or when to email that banner to the customers, or when to send the SMS. You don't have to have a human being sitting there and doing this marketing. The system will take care of it. So that is marketing automation. Analysis is also there. So ability to analyze customer data, to identify ways to increase revenue, decrease costs, identify the firm's best customers, and determine how to retain and find more of them. So this is again talking about whatever we discussed. We can do detailed analysis of uh, customer data and get more and more information about different type of customers and study them. Social networking is automatically achieved. So the ability to create and join sites such as Facebook, where salespeople can make contacts with potential customers. That is also possible. Access by mobile devices, the ability to access web-based customer relationship management software through the modern devices we have, smartphones, right, tablets, and other mobile devices. Also, CRM has ability to import contact data, the ability for users to import contact data from various data service providers that can be downloaded for free directly into the CRM application. Right? Now, people who want to connect to some directory sites or sites that provide information about their general customers, the CRM system can easily pull in this data in an automatic way, or sometimes, just like you have in your mobile phones, if you have let's say if you install Facebook or WhatsApp for the first time. Let's say you have already Facebook and now you're installing WhatsApp. Now, since these two are part of the same company, WhatsApp will ask you when you're installing WhatsApp as the second app. It will ask you during the process, after you have given your name and all, shall I import contacts from Facebook? Because it knows that Facebook is already installed in your phone. It has the contact details, everything. Then it will ask whether I'll import things from Facebook. So that way, what they're trying to do is how to gather the customer data or the contact information from that other platform and how to merge it into the current platform. So that was an example with just WhatsApp. WhatsApp is not a serious CRM software, but what I'm saying is the same thing can be done with general CRM system, where it can pull data from any sources. And it can be pulling from websites, or maybe from even sometimes, there are these people write smart code. We call them web crawlers. Web crawlers. What they do is, now, for example, let's say there are websites where people, different authors, post articles. let's say on a website like Al Jazeera, aljazeera.com. There are different articles written by people across the world, journalists all over the world. Now, let's say there is a need for a particular CRM system to get the authors, all the journalists who are contributing to Al Jazeera, or maybe at least majority of them. So, imagine if a task is given to a person to gather that, it's going to be really, really difficult. In a sense, I won't say difficult, it's cumbersome. You have to go to some list, you have to go to some page, or maybe page by page you have to see the different authors who are contributing. Sometimes they don't even publish all the authors on one page. I think there is a page called editors or authors where they see, or maybe contributors as well. You get the general list of contributors, but there are some contributors or editors names which are not published in that manner, but only within the articles. Maybe just at the beginning of the article, their name will be there, contributed by. So to pull these informations, people write a special software called web crawler. So web crawler will just, when you run that, they might have already pre-programmed that crawlers in a way targeting a particular website like Al Jazeera. So what this crawler will do is it will visit page by page automatically. That software will visit, and it will scan for this editor name section. So they might have given, because normally in Al Jazeera they follow a consistent standard. So they know which tag, what is the font, which is going to be used for the editor names, and these crawlers will, very quickly gather the list of editor names, and then maybe pump it into your CRM system. So these are ways people do smart things today in to gather customer data in a quick fashion, right? If you search the internet, many websites, people ask for different web crawlers. Some you have to work within legal frameworks, but generally that is a fun activity. If you go to freelancer.com or any of these freelancer websites, there are many job postings or project requests asking for web crawlers. So you just need to have some knowledge on JavaScript frameworks and HTML, and if you have some programming knowledge, writing a web crawler is it is little bit of a work, but once you get something done, that is going to be very interesting. Okay, so that is these are some of the features of the CRM. Right? Contact management, you can achieve sales management, customer support, marketing automation, analysis, social networking is possible. You can access through mobile devices. You don't have to rely on desktop anymore. You can import contact data. Okay. Any questions up to that? Any questions from what I explained so far? Any questions? No? Okay, I assume you have understood up to the point I have explained. Right. Let me continue then. Components of a CRM system. If you take a CRM system, generally these areas can be seen: sales, marketing and fulfillment, customer service and support, retention and loyalty programs need to be supported into that framework, contact and account management, how do you do that? So all these things will be targeting a customer or a prospect. When we say customer, customer is a person who is almost already who is in touch with you. Prospect is a future customer. When we use the term prospect, in your career, you will hear more about this when you are working in a company. Prospect is a word most likely used for potential future customers, right? So who is the next person going to come into? So we use that term prospect. So we try to gather information on all of these areas, targeting customer through various means, through email, web, telephone, fax, and any other communication media. Right. So starting with that first part, contact and account management, that component. CRM software helps sales, marketing, and service professionals capture and track relevant data about every past and planned contact with prospects and customers, as well as other business and life cycle events of customers. Right? So we have seen that. So the CRM software is helping the different functional area units or functional units to capture information about everything about the prospects and customers. Information is captured from all customer touch points, as I mentioned, through telephone, fax, email, website, retail stores, kiosks. So even through kiosks, they get your information. Now, I have explained what is a kiosk, no? Those kind of screens, touch screens you see in public places. So as you go and enter something, most likely you may not even give your name, but still you might be giving your date of birth or age in this system. So that is also potential customer data they capture. Right? Also they gather information. CRM systems store the data in a common customer database that integrates all customer account information and makes it available throughout the company via intranet or other network links for the other departments or for the other CRM applications, right? So there will be a central database, as I showed in a few slides back. You have a central database about common customer information. It will integrate all information about customers, and not only having it there, by having it, it will make that information available over the internet or intranet, so that the interested parties, such as from the sales department, marketing department, service department, or even other software, other CRM software within the company, they can access this central database. That is what, so that through that this contact and account management component is handled. The sales component. A CRM system provides sales representatives with the software tools and company data sources they need to support and manage their sales activities and optimize cross-selling and upselling. So these are two concepts in sales. So CRM system will provide these people, sales people, with the necessary information and tools so that they can, optimize. What do you mean by optimize? Optimize means trying to do the best thing with these two. How to do cross-selling and how to do upselling in a much more better way. So what is cross-selling? Cross-selling is an approach in which a customer of one product or service might also be interested in purchasing a related product or service. So what is it saying? It's an approach in which a customer of one product or service might also be interested in purchasing a related product or service. This is called cross-selling. Now, imagine you are also sometimes falling into this technique when you go to a supermarket. If you are buying, let's say, I don't know. Okay, for example, let's say you are going to buy a toothpaste. So when you are buying a toothpaste, most likely you are going to buy a toothbrush as well, because you targeted only one product, but you are likely to buy a toothbrush. Now, sometimes when you try to buy these two items separately, it can add up to a certain cost where it is little expensive. But imagine if you have a toothbrush and a toothpaste bound together as a single product, sometimes the price is also less, but at the same time, both products are going to be sold. So that is called cross-selling technique. How do you make the customer attract towards one or more related products? So when somebody is buying a soap, maybe they will buy a shampoo, right? Like that, many examples you can see. If you just visit the supermarket, the way they have arranged the different items, they target this cross-selling technique, right? When you buy one thing, how do you buy the related thing, right? We'll see in a next slide a good example for cross-selling. So by using a cross-selling technique, sales representatives can better serve their customers while simultaneously improving their sales. So both things, it's a win-win situation. So one thing is like customers are also getting a benefit, because like when it is a combined product, they have a price reduction. At the same time, as a company who is trying to sell the item, you are able to sell or reduce your inventory, right? And then, bring in more items. So sales is also increasing. Unlike cross-selling, upselling refers to the process of finding ways to sell a new or existing customer a better product than they are currently seeking. So this is again targeting a single product, but how they can buy something better than that. That is called upselling. So an example to understand upselling would be, let's say you are riding a, I don't know, good example would be you're using a particular pencil. You're already using a particular brand pencil, let's say Nataraj or some pencil. Now you ask the customer, okay, you introduce a new pencil that is very new to the market, and now you are trying to convince the customer in a way, now better than this pencil, you can buy this new pencil better than this. So this is having maybe extra features, it has long life, you can it doesn't give any distractions like that. You can add up some new features and make the customer buy that new product. So that is called upselling. So finding ways to sell a new or existing customer a better product than they are currently seeking. Okay. So additional example include sales prospect and product information, product configuration, sales code generation capability. So we'll see how upselling technique can be done. That is what they are given here. So to understand cross-selling and upselling, I will refer to this slide. Here, if you look at cross-selling, let's say you go to a fast food restaurant and you are interested only on fries, French fries, right? But what they will do is, okay, maybe in the promotion they will say, okay, if you take a soda, a burger, along with your main French fries, this is the cost, and you get these benefits. Then you give these three together. Instead of selling this alone, you try to combine it with, because your target is to sell this. Maybe when you give these things together, people will buy it. So that is called cross-selling, one example. Unlike that, upselling is you have a medium-sized soda and you target them to buy a bigger one, a better one than this. That's called upselling. Same thing, let's say here. If you look at cross-selling here, you have your main product as the phone, but you try to sell the phone with a headset. So you sell 2 items at one shot. That's called cross-selling. Upselling means maybe you have an old phone and now you ask the customer to buy a better phone, better than this one. That's called upselling. So these two techniques are generally used in business. A CRM system will facilitate, because mostly they will have information about customers, how they're using, what they have bought, what they have not bought. All information is there in the CRM. So CRM can provide that information to the salespeople, and then the salespeople can decide whether to cross-sell or upsell. Right? They can decide for each customer whether to use a cross-selling technique or to use a upselling technique. So salespeople can take that decision. CRM also provides real-time access to a single common view of the customer, enabling sales representatives to check on all aspects of a customer's account status and history before scheduling their sales call. Example, a CRM system would alert a bank sales representatives to call customers who make large deposits to sell them premier credit or investment services. The CRM system would also alert a salesperson to unresolved service delivery or payment problems that could be resolved through a personal contact with the customer. So what they're doing is CRM provides live information. Real-time information means live information about the customer. So a sales representative can check on all aspects of a customer's account status before scheduling their sales call. For example, maybe the customer has to pay some old money, but now you are trying to do a marketing campaign towards that customer. Sometimes you don't have to waste your effort. If you already know this customer has not paid their due balances, you don't have to do marketing for them. Your first target should be how to get that pending money from them. So that is called that is a technique used that is a facility provided by the CRM system. It provides the live information. Marketing and fulfillment. This is another component. CRM systems help marketing professionals accomplish direct marketing campaigns by automating such tasks as qualifying leads for targeted marketing and scheduling and tracking direct marketing mailings. Direct marketing, one-to-one marketing. So for these marketing people, CRM systems will give accurate information about customers, so they can do a door-to-door campaign or a direct marketing, just targeting that customer. Then the CRM software helps marketing professionals capture and manage prospect and customer response data into the CRM database again, and then they can do further analysis and plan more direct marketing campaigns. CRM also assists in the fulfillment of prospect and customer responses and requests by quickly scheduling sales contacts and providing appropriate information on products and services to them. Right? So again, it's all about how do you plan with the existing data or collected data and plan your marketing campaigns. So CRM system through its CRM database will be able to facilitate this. Providing customer service and support is another component supported through a CRM. So it will provide with tools and real-time access to the common customer database shared by sales and marketing professionals. CRM helps customer service managers create, assign, and manage requests for service by customers. Call center software routes calls to customer support agents based on their skills and authority to handle specific kinds of service requests. Help desk software, similar to call center help desk. It provides, so help desk software is a type of a CRM system. Assists customers who are having problems with the product or service by providing relevant service data and suggestions for resolving problems. Web-based self-service enables customers to access personalized support information easily at the company website, while it gives them an option to receive further assistance online or by phone from customer service person. So these two areas which I mentioned, call center software, help desk software. These two softwares maybe will need some physical person to handle that software and give the customer support to the customers. But this one, web-based self-service software, you don't need a person actually. The system itself will help the customers directly. You might have seen many of these systems. You just visit the help us section of these websites. There will be a lot of questions asked by the system itself, and it will help you without any human intervention, unless if there is a very complicated question, then they will redirect you to a hotline number or some person's email address where you can contact and do something. Until that, the whole software itself will handle information, because these are kind of automated, because these systems have gathered information about different customer questions. Now if you go to I can show you a good example of how this customer service could work. How many of you have visited Stack Overflow? Stack Overflow, have you heard of Stack Overflow? Anybody? Most likely Shyam sir might have explained or shown examples on it. Let me unfortunately it's very slow. So Stack Overflow is a website where you can ask programming questions, and reduce this. It's a place where you ask programming questions from that website itself. If you have a new question, what happens is you go to the question section, and when you click on this ask a new question, and as you type the question or the title, when you give the title of the post or the question, it will give you some suggestions first. What are those suggestions? It will ask, maybe it will scan your words, and it will ask you, are you trying to ask this question? Because it will give you the suggestions to existing questions that were asked in the same way. So through that, what they are trying to avoid is unnecessary duplicate of the same question. So automatically the software is handling that. It is handling and preventing you from posting a duplicate question, because you may be having the same question that was asked by another person. So what they will do is they will automatically redirect you to that particular question, instead of you posting the same question again, right? So that is achieved through these web-based self-service softwares. So the other component is retention and loyalty programs. CRM systems try to help a company identify, reward, and market to their most loyal and profitable customers. CRM analytical software includes data mining tools and other analytical marketing software, while CRM databases may consist of a customer data warehouse and CRM data marts. These tools are used to identify profitable and loyal customers and to direct and evaluate companies' targeted marketing and relationship marketing programs toward them. So as I explained in the initial slides, retention means how much you can keep the customer with you, and loyalty, how much the customer is trustable to you. I mean, in a way that how much they can promote you above other products and services. So CRM system will help you to come up with certain programs like that. Okay, so maybe based on that's what most of these people also do. They do it at a very minor level. Now, for example, there might be these promotional offers, or maybe they will identify people who have purchased more than 5,000 rupees within a month. Maybe they will give them a small reward. They will give a small voucher or some price, because in that way what they're showing is, okay, these customers have bought a lot from us. Now we need to motivate them further. So they will maybe give a small gift or some kind of arrangement to those customers. So that is called loyalty programs. So a CRM system will help because it already has the customer data. So the company can decide who to reward and who to provide these benefits. 3 phases of a CRM. One is acquire. Acquire means getting something. So business relies on CRM tools and databases to help it acquire new customers by doing a superior job of contact management, sales, prospecting, selling, direct marketing, and fulfillment. The goal of the CRM function is to help customers perceive the value of a superior product offered by an outstanding company. So first phase of a CRM is to attract new customers, attracting customers. Second one is, after you have acquired the customers or attracted the customers, you have to enhance your service. So web-enabled CRM account management and customer service and support tools help keep customers happy by supporting superior service from a responsive networked team of sales and service specialists and business partners. Right? In addition to that, through Salesforce automation and direct marketing and fulfillment tools, they help companies cross-sell and upsell to their customers, thus increasing their profitability to the business. Right? So once you have acquired the customer, you have to enhance your service. So that is the second phase. So CRM should facilitate that. Third one is, how do you retain? So CRM analytical software and databases help a company proactively identify and reward its most loyal and profitable customers to retain and expand their business via targeted marketing and relationship marketing programs. Right? So these are the 3 important phases of a CRM: acquiring, enhancing, and retain. Acquire, enhance, retain. So it's very easy to remember in that order, because if you understood the concept, so CRM system is dealing with customers. So through the acquire process, you are attracting the customers and getting them into your platform or getting them to buy your product or service. So how do you achieve that? By various things you do. You provide a very superior job of contact management. You do a proper planning on the sales prospects, selling, direct marketing. By fulfilling the needs of the customers, you get them into your company, or get them more interested towards your company. Second one, enhancing the service. After you have brought them, you have to give a good service. That is what about enhance is talking about. Retain is about how do you keep them further. So once they have finished buying something, how do you follow up with them and keep on motivating them to be with your company. Right. So how CRM supports the 3 phases of the relationship between a business and its customers. So we discussed the 3 phases. So we use these functions: direct marketing, cross-selling, upselling, proactive service, Salesforce automation, and customer support, which will help that. So you can see the colors used for each area. Acquiring is direct marketing, enhancement, cross-selling, retaining. Then through an integrated environment. integrated CRM solution, which is mostly like in the internet or the cloud. You have the partner, customer, company all connected, and then you are able to do the business or use a CRM system in this manner. Benefits quickly. CRM allows a business to identify and target its best customers, those who are the most profitable to the business. Yeah. So you are able to identify the best customers. So they can be retained as lifelong customers for greater and more profitable services. That's one thing. It makes possible real-time customization and personalization of products and services based on customer wants, needs, buying habits, and life cycles. So by using a CRM, in modern days, these online CRM systems, you are able to gather the up-to-date information about the customers. Right? As you know, customer needs change every day. They are so today now, even in this lockdown season, you might have noticed all were buying normal food and things, items like that. Now suddenly when the lockdown came, people were interested in these bakery vehicles because they were waiting for when the bakery will come, and you might have noticed how the sales increased for them, right? So because during that time the need was to get an essential food to survive. So even if it was a bakery vehicle, people who didn't want or were not used to that habit of buying breads or buns from the bakery vehicle, they still bought. Why? Because the need was there. Right? Imagine if that thing was there in a kind of a CRM system. If the bakery owners had a CRM system of their customers, it would have been much more easier to even target their die-hard fans or people who always came to their bakery. They could have prioritized their needs and then go on to the other people, right? So CRM makes possible real-time customization of products. CRM can also keep track of when a customer contacts the company, regardless of the contact point. So you are able to keep this information when the customer has come into the contact, regardless of which point. CRM systems can enable a company to provide a consistent customer experience and superior service and support across all the contact points in a customer chooses. All of these benefits would provide strategic business value to a company and a major value to its customers, customer value to its customers. So these are ways you can see how a CRM system makes these things possible and gives a benefit. Still, if people don't know how to use this, or if they have used CRM in a wrong way, it can result in failures for the company. Why does it fail? So one is very important one, lack of senior management sponsorship. If the top level people are not willing to invest in a CRM system, simply just having a CRM software is not going to help if that kind of a authoritative support is not there. Improper change management. When you are doing changes into the company, when you are introducing new business process into the company, if you don't do that in a controlled way, instead if you just do it as a political decision, or like if you like one-way type thinking, right? Such kind of thing is not going to successfully implement the CRM system. So improper change management is one reason. Elongated projects that take on too much too fast. What is elongated? Elongated means big projects, extended projects. So some of these work you do, if the task is very lengthy, sometimes the CRM is not going to succeed, because the whole idea of CRM is to do things very quickly, to get information of customers quickly and do a quick marketing. So if you have lengthy processes that are going to work in your company, CRM is going to fail. Lack of poor integration between CRM and core business systems. If you're introducing a new CRM and you already have some existing nicely working internal system, when you're trying to integrate the new system, if there is compatibility issues or some version issues, that is going to be a failure. Lack of end user incentives leading to poor user adoption rates. So what they are telling here is lack of end user incentives. What do you mean by that? Incentive means these bonuses. So if you don't give some kind of motivational things to the people who are using the CRM system, people will naturally feel CRM as a burden. They will think this CRM, but why should we use this? We can do our own thing. What kind of benefit we have from a CRM? They will only see maybe from they will see the benefit of how things are working properly. But in terms of like customers or the people who are working in the company, if they don't get some kind of a benefit, then they are going to reject the CRM. So because of those reasons, CRMs can fail. Another one is a lack of understanding and preparation. Too often, business managers rely on a major new application of IT to solve a business problem without first developing the business process changes and change management programs that are required. So just to introduce a CRM for the sake of introducing a CRM, people might not have done the proper, groundwork or homework of the existing processes, because sometimes CRM will not be needed. But just for the sake of having a CRM, without properly doing the required change management processes, when you introduce a CRM, there will be a tension among the people who are working. What is this new system going to do? They will feel a little bit feared. So then resistance will come. People will try to raise their voices. So that change management should be done properly. Then only a CRM can be successful. For example, in many cases, failed CRM projects were implemented without the participation of the business stakeholders involved. So this is history. Therefore, employees and customers were not prepared for the new processes or challenges that were part of the new CRM implementation. Here are different types of CRM systems which support, which provide which business value. So operational CRM, analytical CRM, collaborative, portal-based CRM. I leave this for your reference. So each type of CRM system is used for a different purpose. Then you can see the business value. For example, if you look at this collaborative CRM, this is more targeted towards easy collaboration with the different stakeholders, improves efficiency and integration throughout the supply chain, allows greater responsiveness to customer needs, like that. You can see that. Analytical CRMs will provide, analytical data to study patterns and things like that. Right? Like that, there are different CRM types available. That concludes our section on CRM. Any questions on that?